every single day you interact with hospitality. The cafe that you stop in before work, the restaurants where you celebrate your anniversaries and birthdays in, or remembering the bartender that made your night way better, or even thinking about a hotel that you stayed at years later. What most people don't really think is what hospitality really is. Hospitality isn't just about food, serving tables, or customer service. Hospitality is way deeper than that. It's atmospheric, it's psychological, and more than anything, it's emotional experience design. And it's quite intentional. Once you start noticing it, you'll see it everywhere. And honestly, I think hospitality starts way before restaurants, hotels, or bars. I think it starts at home. I remember growing up, our mom spent hours in the kitchen making sure there was enough food for everyone, cleaning the house, making sure we were all showered and dressed properly just before guests arrived. And once guests were in, we were all trying to make sure the guests were comfortable, making sure they had enough drinks and food, and also sometimes forcing second servings on people's plates. And guess what? None of this was about food. It was all about care, making sure our guests feel welcomed and making sure they were comfortable. And that's hospitality in its purest form. And that's why I think hospitality is such an emotional industry. It is nothing but human beings caring for other human beings. Good hospitality is incredibly intentional. For a second, think about the favorite restaurant that you visit. What's so good about it? It's not just food, it's usually the lighting, the music, the ambience, the atmosphere, the vibe in the restaurant, the way you're treated, the staff, everything comes together. And that's why it's more of an experience than just one element of hospitality. Let's look at food and beverage establishments, anywhere there's food, drinks, and customer experience, like restaurants, cafes, lounges, nightclubs, bars. All of these places are not designed randomly. They're all designed intentionally. Why is one place lit brighter than the other? Why are the menus different in two different places? Everything has to do with comfort, emotion, without people even realizing it. And to me, restaurants are one of the most fascinating parts of the hospitality industry. For most people, it's about going to a restaurant, ordering food, eating, and leaving. But behind the scenes, it's nothing but controlled chaos. Hosts trying to make sure the flow of the restaurant is perfect. Servers trying to manage different tables and personalities at the same time. Chef trying to coordinate with different sections of the kitchen to make sure the food goes out on time and to the best quality. All of this is happening under pressure in real time and every single night. That's what makes restaurants a very unique environment. Restaurants just don't depend on food. They depend on teamwork, coordination, communication, and emotional control. And when all of these things come together, that's when a restaurant feels less transactional and becomes more memorable. And I think that's why restaurants become such emotional places for people. It's about the memories that the restaurants have created, and that's why hospitality matters so much. People forget the meals they've had, but they carry memories with them long after they leave the restaurants. And honestly, that's why I started after service. People interact with hospitality on an everyday basis, but don't understand the pressure, the chaos, and everything that goes behind it. There is a huge world behind all of these little experiences that are created for people. And that world is fascinating. The psychology behind service, the human connection, the stories, and how all of these little things come together to make people feel special. And that is what this channel is all about. It's not just about food, it's not just about drinks, it's about the human connection, it's about the psychology and everything that goes behind the scenes in hospitality. And if this sounds interesting to you, welcome to After Service.